Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank you.
Welcome back to These Unprecedented Gauge, your go-to podcast for all things queer, where we unpack the nuances of LGBTQ plus life in these unprecedented times.
Recorders, digitization.
So I was watching the Olympics without Joe, and all of a sudden he comes into the room. He's like, "Ooh, turn that up!" And it happens to be like the guys in the spandex.
No, it was luge, and you get a crotch shot.
Yeah.
The best part of luge is they give a nice close-up of the dick.
Yeah, but you know what? They're so aerodynamic. It's all strapped down.
Oh my god! But the luge, I didn't know they went that fast. Because I was you go on like your little
like
sled.
60 miles an hour.
80.
But did you see they were doing? It wasn't the Olympics, but it was like a couple weeks ago during a practice run. The Americans messed up, and 3 of them didn't get into the luge when they were taking off.
Oh no!
Because they tripped. Somebody tripped, and then it threw everybody else off. So like one guy was in the luge going down by himself.
But were the other two following him?
That's
on the ice?
bobsled. That's bobsled.
Oh, bobsled. Okay. The luge is when they like lean back on each other, and the one guy has his head in the other guy's crotch. Joe would be face down.
Yes.
I am telling you,
That's more the lunge, not the luge.
Joe's like, I don't need a helmet.
no.
You okay back there?
Fuck that. My face is, but the best part too is like you have the luge where you get the crotch shots, and then the skeleton where you get the ass shots.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Because
belly first.
they're face down, face down, crack up. Mm-hmm.
So we don't get that till later in the lineup. I mean, that comes like in the second.
Because curling
game.
was in the beginning, and the U.S. won.
They did.
Did we?
Gold? Yes, Corey and Corey.
The cute
The
guy.
hot one. Yes, the hot one. And it's like the best performing Corey since Hyman Feldman in the 80s.
We were laughing though that it still took a man to help win that gold. He had to go and sweep up her mess.
Yeah.
Sorry, female audience. If we
Well,
got
and the crazy thing is like the what was it? The downhill skiing thing too. We were watching. They go like 80.
Did you see Lindsey Vonn?
Okay, like I'm gonna say something maybe controversial, but if you broke your ACL,
Tore
Should
it.
you be
Tore
on
it.
there?
Tore it.
if you tore your ACL, should you be going down a
no.
hill, girl?
Probably not.
You're probably not.
She has to have like a bunch of surgeries, like all her personal world choices to do, but like.
I'm glad that Joe told me about it happening because we were watching it later, and he was like, "Oh, is this Vaughn? Oh, she's
Lindsey
gonna
Vonn Trapp,
she's
yeah.
going to she had to get airlifted," and I'm like,
Yeah, she
I don't
was
want to watch
airlifted
that."
out.
Yeah.
So we fast forwarded it because I'm like,
Okay.
I don't want to see her crash and burn.
well,
Oh, you saw her crash during the. I mean, it happened.
They have
showed
it.
yeah,
And then they airlift her out.
It didn't look bad, but like I guess
You
when
could
fall
tell it
on
was bad.
Snow, I mean, you have to get airlifted up by a helicopter. Like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, it was
and
bad.
they put him in the little like coffin box, so they're like
Oh,
stabilized.
God.
Did you? Oh my God! Did you ever see the video where there was like a rescue, and I think it was like in Arizona. It was an elderly woman, and they strapped her to the like little like gurney thingy, and they're lifting her up, but it just keeps spinning.
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen
Spinning.
that.
It is hilarious.
So speaking of having to be flown out in a coffin box.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Joe.
And we're these unprecedented games. And that was Andy's way of saying,
Who are you?
Intro.
Girl, who you be?
Intro. Get to the intro.
Intro.
The producers are producing right
Introducing. Intro. Why? Wait. Have you ever been in a coffin?
No, because they wouldn't let me do it when my dad passed. They wouldn't let me go and try it out.
Oh.
Before
I was thinking of like in like a haunted house or something. You're like, yeah, I go in a coffin every night. That's where I
Took
sleep.
a turn. That took a turn.
Well, and like people, okay, so I do this, event and stuff, and one of the things we have is this big black box that carries a lot of our AV stuff. And every time it comes in, I'm like, oh, can somebody go grab the coffin? And they're all like, could we not call it that? And I'm like, why?
What do you want to call it? The black box?
And I'm like, no, I don't want to call it that. I want to call it the coffin because the top comes up and over, and it's like there's a ton of shit in there.
Yeah.
You need to. Oh my God! After you take out all the like like wires and everything, you'd have someone go in there and then close it and then be like, hey, can you go get something? And then scare them.
Oh, there you go. Maybe that's what they think is going to happen.
Yeah.
My favorite is
That's an ocean nightmare.
I saw this joke and it was like a meme or something like that. It was like, we're going to have to let you go. And it's like, why? It's like, because you keep asking people if they want smoking or non-smoking. And it's like, okay, what's the problem? He's like, it's burial or cremation.
Oh my God, that's so terrible.
Can I do an in between? What if I just want a little smoke?
A light toast.
I just want like a golden brown.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Okay, so how was your week, Joe?
Well, I'm an Olympian, obviously.
I mean, I am loving it, and I also love the fact that you go on YouTube and just watch the one thing that was really good.
Yes.
So, like with the men's,
recaps,
skating and stuff.
It's
great.
great. I just always am fascinated because, like, the Winter Olympics are very different, obviously, than the Summer Olympics. Like the Summer Olympics are like it's diving, it's track and field, it's gymnastics, and like there's so many events in the Winter Olympics where you're like, that's an Olympic sport?
Well, and I feel like so I feel like a lot of it is a lot more artistry. Mm-hmm. And a lot more stamina and control and all that kind of stuff. Whereas the Summer Olympics is very much about strength and endurance.
Yep.
And that. So I'm like, I like the Winter Olympics just because it's like, I love curling because I'm like, hello. Like, these are like regular people.
That's okay. The luge, like, I love the luge because it wasn't like just a bunch of like ripped guys. It was like people that looked like they enjoyed life.
There were some older guys, like in their like late 40s, early 50s, that were just still doing it. They've done it for like 6 Olympics.
I know, and it's super cool because it's just like you kind of discover these things that you didn't know. Like we watched skiathlon.
Yeah, Joe watched the cross country skiers.
And I will tell you, no, it was a skiathlon
where they did shoot. Sometimes.
No,
it was like.
It's 10 kilometers of normal cross country, and then they change skis.
It is so gay because
it is gay.
They're like they have their poles and they're like strutting up the hills.
Oh my
and
God,
they like
yes.
they're like it's like I'm like, okay, I need like a bunch of like penguin sounds, but then they have a wardrobe change. Mid race. It's a reveal, and they change to their other shoes to finish the other kilometers or 10 something. But they're like they're like going uphill in like
skis.
Snow, like it's a snow hill,
cross country skis,
and they're on skis, and I'm like, how
there's a
are
name
they
for it
doing that? Like,
the reason I love curling, it's a sport you can perform in a sensible flat.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And
wait, they wear shoes? Oh yeah,
they wear like a flat, non-slip.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be like in the greatest of shapes to do it.
Yeah, and you get to wear a sensible khaki.
I'm like, let me see like dad bod out here. I love this, but it also requires so much control. Mm-hmm. Like you just have to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
I still think they should wear spandex.
They probably should.
They should wear spandex.
Everyone,
just to make it even.
Everyone needs
just
to
like to make it equal here.
I just love those guys in the bar afterwards going, "I'm an elite athlete."
This is peak physical fitness, right?
I've been training for 8 months.
So you're an Olympian.
We watched the Olympics, and then there was the Super Bowl show.
Well, let me ask you, before you get off the Olympics, did you watch the opening ceremonies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you like
it? You got to fast forward through the like walking of the people.
Parade of Nations was very.
But I really enjoyed it. Like I loved the people dressed as the mocha pot coffee makers.
Yes, I saw that.
I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm a Redditor and I subscribe to the mocha pot Reddit, and I had seen that. Because like they had the opening ceremony, obviously in Italy before the United States, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I do love the fact that like the past week we've seen people dressed up as weird things. So like you have the mocha pot,
yes,
and then you have the grass bushes.
Yes. Oh my god!
Joe pointed out though, like one of the songs was like, "Oh yeah, this is like an '80s song." That's
60s
song.
So,
that's like you can tell.
The beginning thing with like the Cupid or whoever person, I don't know what it was like beautiful, and then. They had the like move to like the pop eras, and they had like the cool crayon, that thing, like the what is it? Not the crane, the
paint.
paint thing that like did that. But then when they went into like the 60s or eras or whatever, it was, I don't know the song, but it was a song that an Italian artist had written in the 60s, and it's a bunch of gibberish that sounds like what he thought an American pop song sounds like. And it was playing, and I was like, oh, Nick, do you know this? And he's like, what the fuck? And it was almost like a spoof, but then it became really popular, and it's like, like, it doesn't have any real words.
There it is.
But it was like what they thought it sounded like.
Can you pronounce that?
I can't see that.
It is Presen Colen Silencio.
Obviously.
Yes, exactly.
If you're nasty.
Number one.
Centano.
I'm gonna
But
copy
so,
that.
but I
great.
always love.
Celentano.
I love my favorite part about the opening ceremony is the torch. I get very emotional, and I don't know why.
I know.
It's just like there's something about like they always have like the older Olympians, and I just like there's this like immense sense of pride, and I was like bawling up, like tearing up, and it's like I'm fast forwarding through this. So I was like, you are not fast forwarding through this. And then Andrea Bocelli fucking shows up.
I know, and he sounded beautiful.
I love Andrea Bocelli.
Was he singing live?
I know, but he,
Yes.
He was singing live, but you know, why couldn't he speak goddamn English?
Right.
But and also he does sing a lot for Trump.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
But does he?
Because Trump loves him.
Oh no!
Of course he does. Mariah Carey was not singing live.
Oh,
She was a potato just standing there.
Also was reading the teleprompter.
She looked good though.
almost seemed
She looked
nervous.
good.
Yeah.
I think it was just because it was the whole thing, and she was out there, and she had to like. And I don't know if that dress was a little too tight for her, but she was doing a
she
Parker
looked
bar,
good.
and I was just like, okay,
she
girl.
also
No
just
shade,
maybe
no
she was
shade.
jet lagged.
Well, and it might be Italian may not be her favorite language to sing in, and you're in a place where
For
they're
real.
going to know if you screw up those words.
Another part that I really enjoyed about the opening ceremony was Charlize Theron.
Yes.
When she walked out, that woman is a goddamn stunning woman.
Yeah.
Like
I think she
so
should become the
beautiful.
spokesperson for AMC theaters.
No, you can never undo Nicole Kidman at IMC where the magic
But
happens.
she had that very nice
Oh my
outfit. I was
God.
like, oh, she belongs walking in front of my theater
She
every.
is so beautiful, so beautiful, and like the whole thing, it was like a little like knife in the side to like everyone but like the to everyone who wasn't. No wait, it was to the United States of like we want peace and unity, and it was like we think of togetherness, and like she was like I'm from South Africa,
And I think that whole multicultural part of it wasn't only Italy, but it really celebrated unity and
100%.
harmony, and that was the themes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the opening ceremony. I just love watching the torch, and then they had the like thing, and it was chef's kiss. So watching Olympics, and then there was a Bad Bunny concert apparently on Sunday. I didn't watch any of the like actual game.
Oh, why?
I did. You were doing other things.
I had to take Max out for a walk, and that's when I watched the halftime show.
You really want like the Seattle Seahawks to win because like that woman did not donate to Trump at all. So it was
What
like
woman?
the owner of
Good for
the
her.
Seahawks.
Good for her.
So,
And she was probably one of the ones that blocked Trump from ever buying a team back in the day.
probably.
And their kicker's from San Diego.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chula Vista.
He was so small though.
They all
very
really are.
petite.
He looked 12 years old.
Oh my god!
Jason
there was
Myers,
a guy
yeah.
that was because they'll show the players, and it's funny because like they it's like
Chula Vista.
they look cute, but then
He's
they take
34.
off their helmet, and
He's
you're
younger
like,
than you.
oh, that's why you wear a helmet.
I think Paul said their quarterback, too, came from San Diego. Or UC
that guy,
San Diego.
yeah,
Seattle
he's from like Chula
quarterback.
Vista or something, maybe.
Yeah, who's the quarterback for this?
Sam
Darnold. Where did he go to college?
We have a fact checker that can pull.
USC.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
The kicker was from San Diego, though.
Yeah.
yeah, Chula Vista.
Yes.
Did he go to USC SD?
I don't.
So representing
Let's see. I'll find him.
But where's USC?
LA.
LA.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the University of Spoiled Children.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway.
Yeah, so We'll get into kind of the assessment of Bad Bunny, but
He attended Santa Clemente High School.
Okay.
So he's from that area. That's right.
the OC, not San Diego.
Dana
OC,
Point.
Just the
Dana
OC,
Point.
bitch.
Did you ever watch
the
that?
OC?
Yeah. I watched it because it was like, the bad kid from Riverside, and I was like, okay, I'm in school in Riverside. You motherfucker.
They'll be coming here from Imperial County or whatever.
Inland Empire.
I knew it was
It's like, oh,
something.
the bad kids are coming west. Oh my god. No, so I mean, just I think a lot of cultural moments and a lot of worldly moments.
Yeah.
What about you?
So we went to dinner with some friends on Friday night here in San Diego. We went to a great place called Carne y Hueso. So very cultural.
Carne y what?
Very Spanish.
Meat and bone.
Yes.
Oh.
So delicious over in North Park. Those of our San Diego listeners, if you haven't been yet, you need to go. Which is really weird because it's called meat and bone, but we had a lot of seafood.
Oh. I mean, if you think about it, fish are meat
It's a meat.
on
And
bones.
Fish are friends.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's really good. Thanks, Bruce. Is it Bruce from, is that his name?
Yeah.
The shark. I just know him as a shark guy.
But like the food was delicious.
It's delicious.
It was a lot of fun. It did give me a little bit of Ice Planet Hoth because it was very like white on the inside, and the guys wearing their shirts, some of them did look like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, they're all wearing like white, a karate gi kind of pajama
Really?
looking things.
Yeah.
It had
Was
a
that their
very,
outfit?
it had a
Yes.
very like they're going to kill the staff if they don't perform the right way.
Right. It was very much the what was the restaurant or something?
Oh, the menu.
The menu. So yeah, but it was
Looks
delicious.
really good.
And then of course like we watched some Olympics on Saturday, and then on Sunday was the Super Bowl, and we watched some of that along with Bad Bunny, which was amazing. And you saw everybody who was there, right? Like there was Jessica Alba,
Cardi B.
Pedro Pascal, Alex Earl was there, and she's like a podcaster.
Wasn't
and
Becky G there too?
Becky G was there as well.
Was she singing in the shower?
Lady Gaga was there,
Yeah.
which was amazing. Nobody knew that was going to happen. And
No.
what a great version of that song.
It was nice.
I thought
But
that
you didn't do
she was
Alejandro?
going to. I thought she was going to do "Die with Us." I was waiting for her to pivot from English to Spanish. That's
Yes.
my only critique was
But she can't even dance salsa, even though she tried.
She did try. She did try.
You know what? She moved that body,
She tried.
and it was a thing
And then you have
I loved it.
Ricky Martin out there singing, looking
for real.
real good. For,
So
His plastic
good.
surgeon is doing miracle
someone
work.
said though, if you were in the audience and you right away knew that was Ricky Martin, you're old.
yes.
I know. I texted you guys like live
I know.
reactions. I was like, Ricky Martin. He's gay,
He
right?
looks-
Yes,
Yeah.
but he is giving daddy vibes in this like era that he's having.
How
which
old is
amazing.
Ricky Martin?
I think he's
50?
I think he's my age.
Like
54, okay.
Obviously, he's just a little bit older than
My
me.
age.
Yeah.
He's
But it
older
was-
than you, Andy. What are you talking about?
I once was that age.
I'm very surprised that John Hamm was not at the casita.
Well, he was on the sidelines, but you're right. He wasn't.
Because
Wait.
of like, because
He's been
John
there before,
Hamm is
yeah.
a huge Bad Bunny
Totally,
fan.
yeah.
Isn't he the one that was supposedly like a cannibal?
No.
That is Arnie
Hammer.
Oh, the other Ham.
Yeah. So this is John Hamm, who was in
Ham and Hammer.
The Bridesmaids. He played the asshole boyfriend.
Oh,
He was
he's the
in,
one that's in that new thing where it's like the meme that is
Yes.
happening. Okay.
Yes.
He was also in
Men.
what's the one
Mad
with
Men.
Mad Men,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
advertising.
He's also known
Okay.
for
agency.
having a very large flaccid penis.
Oh, is that publicly
You can
available?
see it in
You
his
can see it in a lot of his
What he wears.
pants. Yeah.
John Ham.
yeah.
John Hamm.
Not Bad Bunny.
Well,
It
Bad
is
Bunny too.
all
Well,
ham all the time.
You've seen Bad
You
Bunny
know,
in those
people
white
were
white
like-
tidies.
Like
Is that cured ham?
so, somebody posted a picture of Bad Bunny, and they were like, "There is no guillotine alive that could get rid of the head I would give this man." I was like, "Girl,
Wow.
what?"
I mean, Bad Bunny's fine. Like, I knew who he was, but I didn't realize that he was that
He's a beautiful man.
attractive.
Can I just tell you, I like danced the entire time that he was on.
Same.
I thought it was the best.
Can I tell you, as I was walking Max, I was like, this is perfect, like, strutting music.
Yes.
I was like, okay. And I was like on my phone while I was walking, but I should have not been walking and looking at my phone. No one was out.
But I'm also like, and you had the whole diaspora? Diaspora.
Yeah.
The entire diaspora.
That's
on
like an
there.
exit, right? Like an exit of sorts, right?
No, it's like a cultural microcosm.
Oh.
Yeah. So like,
All I know is the diaspora of the Jews from history class.
They had that for like all of the Americas. So like Latin America, South America, North America, and Canada.
I loved it.
He gave a shout out to Canada. I was like, go ahead. And it was like, but you had like, I was telling Andy, I was like, Kevin Sorbo had posted, he's like, don't forget to change your channels during the halftime. And it was like, but then he posted not long after, he's like, that was the worst halftime show I've ever seen.
Can you, right?
I was
And
like,
then-
are you talking about the one you watched for Tupase or
No,
the
not
one
to Poussey,
Bad
that they couldn't stream, but also like there's plenty of videos of people who are like, I can't watch the Bad Bunny show, watching it at Trump's like house.
Yeah, exactly. And so I also I love the fact that they're forgetting that like a lesbian was singing
The national anthem.
America the Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, was
Brandy
that the girl with the
Carlisle?
leg?
Brandy Carlisle.
I loved her outfit with the like. It's a Tom Brown outfit with
Okay,
the
but like
stripe right there.
the like the full. Wait, was she the one that had the dress and it was like the popped leg?
No,
No, that's
Wait, Randy Carlisle, the one that sings a joke?
the show. Yes, that or the joke or what is it called?
Yeah, the joke's on me.
no the story.
The story.
No, I don't know. Anyway.
She's a lesbian with like blonde hair, so I don't think she would wear.
Oh
a
no,
dress.
no.
But yeah, and then I thought Charlie Puth.
Coco
did-
Jones,
Coco Jones.
Lift Every Voice
she
and Sing.
Lift Every Voice and Sing, which
which
is
we
the Black national
which we have
anthem.
sung for the chorus before.
Is that the girl with the leg?
Yes.
Probably,
Yeah,
yes.
I saw that outfit. I was like, I want it.
I love Brady Carlisle because she was wearing Tom Brown, and
Loved
she
it.
had like the stripe on the leg, and I was just like,
Oh.
okay, cute.
She's
suit.
top 5 for me. Brandy Carlisle,
Yeah, she's
Top five
amazing.
what?
artist.
Oh.
And then Charlie Puth.
Yeah, love
People were
Charlie Puth.
dogging on
His
him
was
before
He was so good.
amazing.
Yeah,
He was so good.
and he did just him and the piano, and that was it.
I like his voice, but he needs to grow his eyebrow back.
Okay.
Like,
But I was,
Party of
Wow.
One.
I was also like, girl, you couldn't dress up for this.
didn't he wear
No.
a suit?
No.
He wore like a leather jacket. He
Oh.
was like a cool.
Oh,
Bomber
I mean,
jacket.
he was casual.
You're right. This is your
I was
outfit?
like, girl, you singing the national anthem.
I think his voice must have dressed it up.
Oh.
But he really, there are a lot of people who never sound good singing the national anthem, and
He has an amazing voice.
Killed that.
Yeah.
song.
And he
Yes.
gave it this like really nice soul flavor too, which I was like, okay, I like it.
He's very talented.
So yeah, so we watched that, and then we just kind of like hung out at home. So yeah,
What a show.
and I will say that the Super Bowl halftime show was giving me mouth to mouth, mouth to mouth resuscitation. So besides the Super Bowl halftime show, what else is giving you life, Joe?
Well, that was one of them. But I didn't realize until after that the Bushes were people.
Yes.
George and Barbara.
Yes.
W?
Senior?
Oh, God.
They weren't just.
Oh,
They
God.
weren't just.
That was good.
Ghosts.
No, like, because I
Clever
had
girl.
no idea. And like,
God.
I particularly, what was giving me life was like the videos of like the behind the scenes. And it was like when you were, the meme where it was like when you were a mocha pot at the Olympics, but you had a gig at the Bad Bunny concert the next day, so you couldn't stay. And then it showed them as like the trees, like waddling.
Well, I also love the fact that they also had him. He was downstairs, around and behind the casita where while Lady Gaga was performing,
And he was
like
dancing.
dancing
Yeah.
and everything. And it's even funnier that you realize that there was all these people standing around him that you didn't realize because they were all of the grass
The
people.
bushes, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I just love that. And also like the fact that like Lady Gaga was just like, oh, I'm here now.
She just appeared, and the people actually there was a real wedding.
Yes.
That was a
Oh,
real
that was
wedding.
real?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Be a bush dancer.
I was a friend of ours who is a travel blog and reviewer and stuff like that. He's in Jakarta or somewhere right now, but he posted a video of or a picture of a guy on a moped with a giant bundle of like hay grass on the back, and I'm like, oh my god, I recognize that from the Super Bowl halftime show.
I mean, these people are getting like everywhere.
But that's going to be the costume for Halloween this year. Is the grass for the bed, but he
that would be hilarious.
But it's just going to be like it's going to be a crop top,
Right up.
and shorts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I'm sexy grass.
Or like, what do
Sexy
you
grass.
like? Gay Halloween is being the grass that Bad Bunny touched during the Super Bowl halftime
One of the
show.
dancers said, "We were told not to move because there's no wind in Puerto Rico.
What?
Oh.
They're just supposed to be a prop."
But they were like, yeah.
And then they
were,
started to dance a little bit, but
There were all of these different things that he worked into it, like
was so
the
amazing.
casita,
It was
the
brilliant.
bodegas. He had one of the owners from a really popular Puerto Rican supper club.
Yeah, they were all like homages and like hat tips to real businesses.
Even the polls were a callback to Puerto Rico and their power grid
Yeah.
during the
Challenges.
hurricane and
Challenges,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh.
So it's just like
Who's the lady that does the memes where it was her stream of consciousness? This was hilarious.
I can't remember the name of the person, but she does this like whispering where she's like watching stuff, but she just says out loud what we're all thinking. It's like, is the grass ever going to move? But she does it for this whole thing, and it's hilarious.
Oh, the
Like,
grass for people. I wonder how many people they had to hire to do that. I wonder what it paid, and if you ever got fired for not being
And
good
she was
enough
like,
grass.
oh.
But it was just so funny.
And she was like, "Is that Alex Earl? What is she doing there?"
And then she's like, "Oh my God, he's up in the air. He's got no safety. Oh,
is he
thank God
going to
he's
jump from there?
He's back on the ground. I can relax."
I know. I was like, does he have safety? Is he?
She's hilarious. She also does one for like traders and stuff too. And it's hilarious. So anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, no. I think that I really love just like
We just keep going back to this.
it was.
It's amazing.
I think it was really cool to have a unification message, and the
Yes.
fact that he listed off all of the countries in North America and I think South America.
But I didn't need to know Spanish.
I didn't either.
Girl,
To
I don't
enjoy it.
give a fuck. I learned. I didn't know any of the words, but I was here for it.
Yeah.
I was so here for it because he was like there, and it was good music, and I was just like shimmying, and I'm like, it's good music if you can't even like know what it's being said, but you're still wanting to dance.
And it wasn't nothing.
It wasn't all about him.
Yeah,
Wasn't
right.
It was
about
actually
It was
completely
not
not
about
about
showcase.
him.
Well, I mean, it was a little bit about him because
mean,
he did
it-
give himself
He did look
a
good.
Grammy.
Yeah.
So it's like he gave it
But
to
he
his younger
gave it to
self.
someone else.
But he gave it to his younger self. That's what
Oh,
it is.
is it? Because I heard the interpretation that he was giving it forward to future artists.
There's
Same thing would be good
ways you
too.
could
Yeah.
take
And
it.
isn't that the beauty of art?
Exactly.
It's interpreted.
Because they were saying that when he came out there, when he was speaking and he introduced himself and everything like that, he's like, I never, something like, I never thought I was going to do this, and now I believed in myself, and you should believe in yourself because you're worth more than you think.
Oh.
And I would think, oh, that's cool. So it's like there's any number of things. It could be like, it could have been him giving it to a younger self,
so
saying
awesome.
you did it, or it could be to somebody else, a future, artist that's going to come up and wants to know that you can do
listen.
it.
I'm here for all of the Bad Bunny.
We have a friend that was texting us about it last night, and she was like, it just doesn't seem like the bridge, like you could have had subtitles if like you just seemed like kind of exclusive to just be in Spanish. And I was like, I think you're absolutely wrong. Sorry.
Well, and not
I
only
called
that,
her
but-
out. I was like, like that's
But
why?
we don't have an official language here.
Correct.
So
like,
what is the problem? And like, why is that so necessary?
I know.
Nothing is excluding you, but you think it is because it's not centering you.
correct.
Get off
You
your
know?
fucking stage, girl, and sit back.
The follow-up to that is today in my workout class, the instructor was like, I was going to the opera, but like, I don't understand the words.
Why can't they sing it in English?
So why
I'm
can't they
sorry.
sing in English?
Why
There's a
people go to
big
the opera and
laugh, right?
appreciate that art?
But it's like when we watch Amazing Race and we see these people in different countries, like nobody here speaks English. Well, why would
No
they
shit.
fucking do that?
Yes.
You are in their country.
Yeah, that's a problem with America. That is not giving me life.
So anyway,
But my other thing,
could have a whole episode about this
I
Bad
will
Bunny.
randomly have shuffle music of the same playlist that I've listened to for the past 10 years. But like a random new playlist happened, and I think I've talked about my love for Dance Dance Revolution, right?
Yes.
And how I loved and I played it. So there's a song called Butterfly that I learned like because of Dance Dance Revolution, and I was like, "Ooh, I forgot how good this song was."
But not the one from.
Not the owl, whatever the name of it is.
No, it's Butterfly by who is the artist? It's like not. It's like a 2-word name, and it's like these guys. Something Town.
Is it
Crazy
Come My
Town.
Lady,
Crazy
come,
Town.
come My Lady?
Yes, Crazy Town.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
at all.
Okay.
It's like a techno, Japanese, the lyrics are, I've been searching for a man all across Japan. Just so I could find my samurai.
Because he's a butterfly.
Yeah, I'm a little butterfly, green, black, and blue make the colors of the sky. So that was giving me life, and then I listened to a Dance Dance Revolution playlist, and I was like, I'm here for this. Because I'm like, oh wait, do I remember all the moods still? Up, left, right. Yeah. So those are my lives. What about you?
What is giving me life? I like besides the Super Bowl. I don't know. If
The
there's
Super
really
Bowl?
anything-
It's
so
the
great.
same ones that we're loving. Drops of Gold.
What's
Well,
Drops of Gold?
The wine
wine
one
show.
on
Oh,
TV.
I haven't
yes.
started
I
it
thought it
yet.
was Drops.
Okay, so it's not giving me, not necessarily giving me life, but I'm probably giving it another try. Is Andy started watching? Have you watched this kid baking thing on Food Network? And it's with Duff Goldman and Cartier. I don't know what her name is, but like they have sibling teams.
Is it like the Kids Baking Championship or
Yeah,
something?
and they're
Something like
like
that.
11, 12 years old.
I know that they are like super talented, but they're like, I've been baking since I was 5. And I'm like, you're 7.
and they're going like, I have made a ton of pies, at least 10.
Right.
Exactly. And I'm just like, oh. And it's
I love them. I love them so much. They're so cute.
But the kids are very like, there are some of them that are really talented bakers and deserve to be there. And there are some whose parents are just giving this as an opportunity to get them exposure. Mm-hmm. And you can tell which ones are which. Mm-hmm. So
The best is when they cry.
Oh God.
There's like a one from a couple years ago, and it was a little girl, and it was like they're doing the countdown, and she puts a little thing on it, and it starts to tip over, and then it falls, and then she just starts crying.
And Joe's like, ha. Well,
Yeah.
And there's a sibling on there, a brother and sister, and the sister is just so mean to the brother.
That makes
it's
sense.
like, wow, you are not coming off in the best light with that giant
and
black cross.
She's got
that
a
you're
big
wearing,
giant wooden cross on her chest too.
Oh.
So
which I'm sure her mom made.
which is probably
That
why
is-
she's miserable right now.
That sounds very Caroline Levitt.
I was going to ask, did you guys have a favorite Super Bowl commercial?
Oh, I don't have like a favorite, but I have one that you guys should not like even listen to. Is the Ring one where they're like, oh, you can help find lost dogs with your Ring camera. I'm like, stop! You're just trying to help.
Yeah, that you
Ice
can't do
out.
that. No.
Oh yeah, they tap into it. Amazon,
Right.
all the things.
The
Yep.
reason I asked, I had two. That one was clever. I did like the Guy
Guy
Fieri
Fieri.
because I was
Can
like,
I
that
just
looks
say,
like somebody. And then all of a sudden, he opens the Bosch, and it's like, oh, Guy Fieri
But
is
like,
here.
why is he kind of hot with just like the
Oh,
dark
his dad-
hair?
his dad thing?
when he's just a regular guy.
And I think the other one that will probably be talked about a lot is the like the karaoke, the Backstreet Boys karaoke that was a Coinbase commercial.
I
It was
was
just like a
very
sing along. I was like, what? Are we just singing along
it
with
took
this?
forever to figure out what the brand was.
But people are going to talk about it.
But it was like because I
Clever.
saw them, they were doing a T-Mobile commercial right before that. And
Yes, I was like, is it gonna be
did
T-Mobile?
They like put everything out there. They
Yeah.
just, like,
Which
some
was
of
a
them
good
like
T-Mobile
this.
commercial, Von.
The
Like,
T-Mobile
it
one was yeah.
I would say like the Duncan one, like the '90s.
such a good
Duncan
one.
one, and I was like, "Oh my god, they really have Jennifer Aniston on there talking about how she was like with Ben Affleck." Because I'm like, they were together for a while too.
Oh my god, you're right. That was
How do
a
you- how do you
long
They were
time
the
ago.
first Bennifer.
How do you feel about the Bears being
I didn't like
stolen
that
by
one.
the Pepsi? Like, because the Bears are Coke, right?
Right.
Historically, and now Pepsi's trying
But
to like.
I just didn't like the commercial itself.
I didn't either. I thought it was
didn't
a
think that
knockoff.
Great.
Anyway.
and then and I know like there was one where
It's
they
the
were trying
best.
to be like the Clydesdales or something like that. It was like something I don't know.
Anyway,
But anyway,
I
love
didn't
this one.
think this year's commercials were as stellar as.
Well, I was waiting for the Epstein commercial, and I didn't see it. It was supposed to. They were supposed to release. So I don't know if we missed it or. It
was there a Doritos commercial this year?
I didn't see a Doritos either. No.
Oh, weird.
Do they have one every year?
Usually,
Basically, yeah.
And they would always be really creative.
But and it did. I thought the Bud Light one was very funny because I'm like, some of you were not into Bud Light like a couple of years ago during the trans thing.
Yeah, Dylan Mulvaney.
Now we're back.
Memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, curious.
That was like, was that last year?
I will say that this one, the skiing one, where like they always have
this one.
have the one guy who is not a very good skier, and he always has to buy the round of drinks. So then Kurt Russell is his mentor and gets him. And I can't remember who the guy is who is the skier, but he's actually very cute.
Lewis Pullman.
Yes, Lewis Pullman. I just think he's like so cute.
Is he a real Olympic?
He's cute.
Olympian?
No,
he's
he's an
cute.
actor.
Oh, I was like, will we be seeing him in spandex?
No.
I don't. I just
Search for
named
him.
Pullman.
Plus, he's
Bill Pullman's kid.
He's Bill Pullman's son.
He's Bill Pullman's son.
He was the husband in the Science of Baking or the Science of Cooking.
He was in that
Lessons in Chemistry.
Science of Baking. Did you see the Science of Baking?
Sounds like.
But he was.
I
the
think
husband.
it's baking
But you get to see his
powder.
bum in that.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Which was so nice.
He has a nice bum.
I recognize he was that superhero guy in the like Marvel movie that was
Thunderbolts.
like
Thunderbolts, yeah.
So
Anyway.
okay. Yeah. So
Well, it is almost Valentine's Day.
it is almost Valentine's Day. Yes, it is.
I mean, we'll drop the day before. And we're lucky because we all have people that we love in our life.
Oh, we do.
But we thought it would be fun this episode to talk about those first loves in your life, your parents.
Okay. Who wants to
Do you
start?
remember? Wait. Okay. When we were talking about the topic, do you remember in White Chicks where they're doing like the Yo Mama jokes? It's like, oh, you want to talk about mothers? You want to talk about mother? That's like all that kept playing in my head as I was thinking about that.
Is that what you're thinking about?
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about mothers?
Okay. So, my mom is still with us, but my dad passed away a while ago. So I did not have the best relationship. Some of you already know this as well because I've talked about my relationship with him and stuff like that. It just was not good.
He wasn't there, right, when you were a kid?
Well, he cheated on my mom, and she finally kicked him out after a while. And then he did come back into our lives later on, but I didn't want anything to do with him. The last time I actually saw him, I actually hit him.
Oh,
It was not long
physically?
after I came out. Yes.
Oh.
So, and this was also the person where I had to go to this South Carolina town, very heat of the night.
No.
And with my family, we drove up there to identify his body, and me and my younger sister started laughing.
Oh my God.
When they brought him out.
No.
How old were you?
Why? Just out of nerves? Or
Out of nerves, yes. I think I was probably 19, 20.
So you were young.
Yeah, I was young.
Okay.
So, but it was nerves because me and Melissa we didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And we just kept looking at each other. And when we look at each other, we just tend to start laughing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, I'm laughing right
Yeah.
now because
Yeah.
it's the worst possible time to do it. So I had to walk out of the room
Oh my God.
Yeah.
as they were showing him to us.
when your mom went up and did that, was it hard for her?
It was very hard for her and for my older sister, both, because they were they were both crying really hard.
Yeah.
And I think that also was another reason why me and Melissa started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because we were laughing at them and their pain. It was more of we're having the complete opposite effect.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like laughter, it's a way to cope. Right.
It is a way to cope. The Undertaker or the coroner or something like that was not
The Undertaker?
wrestling.
I was from WWE?
But the coroner didn't understand what was going on, and so it was it was a little bit embarrassing. But I was also I don't really care because this is how I'm dealing with this.
Right.
So and then we had to stay the night.
Why?
Because it was going to be, we got to the town, and we went straight to the coroners because like we had to identify the body. So like we had a specific time we had to be there.
Was it an accident?
So he, from what I understand, he was driving. It always sounds so made up when I say it. He was driving a truck for a traveling circus in the middle of the night and ran off the road.
dear.
Because he had a heart attack or something, or an episode because of his stomach cancer.
Oh my God. Okay. How did they find you guys?
So he had as a emergency contact was my mom.
Oh.
So
even though they were divorced?
Interesting. Because he wasn't close to his parents either.
Wow.
Because when we called her, his mom in the middle of the night, when we all got the news, my mom called us, so I had to go over there in the middle of the night and figure this out. We called her to tell her, and she was just like, okay. And thanks for letting me know, and then hung up on us.
Oh my God.
And so it just wasn't a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then we had to spend the night, and I'm like, okay, I'm not comfortable, because not only are we probably the only Asians here, but I'm probably the only gay person here.
Yeah. Right.
You know, and
in South Carolina.
Right, and there's some small town in South Carolina. I don't even remember what it's called. But they did have an Asian restaurant, so we're like, well, let's try that. And it was all white people.
Oh, was it good food though?
No.
Was it Panda Express?
No, I wish it was. I would have gone there. But it's just so I did not have a very good relationship. And Andy and I we talked about this numerous times where it's like, if I was to be, when I die, I don't want it to be an open casket. If you're going to bury me, which I don't want to be buried, I just want to be cremated and be done with it.
Yes.
But I also don't want an open casket before being cremated. Just because if people want to say goodbye, they can say goodbye.
Say goodbye, your ashes, girl.
Pieces.
I don't need people to go, oh, he looked good.
Right. I don't.
He always looked good.
But I was like, I fought with my mom and my sisters about that during the while we were literally at the funeral home getting ready to get this started, and my mom's like, no, I wanted to be open casket. I was like, no, you don't get to make that decision.
It's not what
I think
you
the
want.
lesson there is make sure you're clear about your wishes.
100%.
Yeah, and it was like he wasn't, and so I had to do. My mom and my sisters could not make decisions because they were too emotional, and so I had to do it. And I made the decision there's going to be a closed casket because the last view of my father for people was, even though I don't have a good relationship with him, I don't want to taint anybody else's relationship that they have with him and their memory of that relationship by letting them see him laying in a casket.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that. Me and my mom's relationship it was great in the beginning. Then I came out, and her first reaction is, don't tell your sisters.
Oh. So then you told your sisters,
and it's like, you don't think they already know, girl? Ooh. But okay, which kind of changed our relationship. And then as we grew up, we kind of grew apart. Even though I know you asked my sisters, I'm her favorite, but I'm my mom's favorite. But it's also like I think our values and morals are drifting apart as well. So, and I talked about this. She's turning, she has a very right-wing view of things, and I do not. So
you don't?
I know, right?
Gasp!
Shocker!
Oh my God.
Gay gasp!
Oh my God!
Insert gay gasp here.
But it's really a funny thing because you never feel judged by her. You never. I mean, I don't feel like. Except that when you go, we've gone to your mom's house and Fox News is playing nonstop, and there's no argument. I mean, she's not an intellectual right-winger. She's just brainwashed by social media.
The cult.
Right.
Very much a cultist.
Yeah.
So, that is my relationship with my parents in a nutshell.
Do you feel like there was a time, like how young, when you think back, was there a time when it was just amazing?
No.
It was always strange.
I cannot remember a time when it was ever amazing for me.
How old was it when your dad parted with your mom?
Oh God, this was I think I was 15 18.
But he was around for a lot of your childhood.
Right. He was around for a lot of my childhood and stuff. But we just never were close because he was very military.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there was also, when going into it, I think it had a lot more to do with like maybe my mom and my dad when their relationship started, because they met in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think his family was very happy about him being with someone who was not white.
Uh-huh.
And then which I'm like, my mom now listens to Fox News. I'm like,
Right.
girl.
Right.
But also,
some
and
emotional
then you get into
gymnastics
this whole
happening.
situation of like, now he has a child with like my mom, and so it's like even more so. Like, I think they also thought that she was just trying to get out of the Philippines. But I'm like, my mom was a singer in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that
Right.
fact.
Yeah, I'm
Is
like-
that
Where
where
do
you
you
got
get
your
it
voice
from?
from? Jinx.
But like that's where I get the love for music and stuff, I think, from. But like she had this like career as like there are pictures of her in a club singing.
My God. In the club?
In the club. We're all family in the club.
Would love to see that photo.
But it's like, and then like things change because of kids and
Yeah.
things happen and stuff. So I think part of that has come into it. And then it just was like, I never felt like I was fully wanted. It's like, it's you could have a room full of people like my family, but I always felt alone. So, yeah.
Growing up, you had obviously like parental figures, but they weren't really kind of what you lean on. What did you kind of use, or like, I don't want to say supplement, but like, where did you lean to for like advice and for like guidance?
There wasn't anybody.
From you internally.
The librarian at school.
Right. Library in the school, because I was like,
Wow.
I was really close to the librarian because it was just like, I wasn't close to other kids because I didn't know how to I was socially awkward when I was really, really young, like elementary school. And then middle school, I was still a little bit awkward. And then, going home, like I got into a lot of fights. when I was a
Physical
kid.
altercations.
Like physical altercations because I was a gay kid and I didn't know how to protect myself. And so I got into a lot of fights. And my older sister had to fight for me. And it was just like, there wasn't a lot of empathy or sympathy in the household.
Yeah.
So, and also I grew up, this was like the 80s and stuff and the 90s where there wasn't a lot of access to who I was trying to be, so it was like, and I think that's kind of where, my suicidal tendencies came in. And then it's like, I felt like dealing with that was also a burden on my family. So, and it's just like, I don't think that was well received by either of my parents either, because there's this whole, like, you just need to work it through it. Idea.
Was that because of just like the generational?
I think it's just generational, and I think
culturally.
Also culturally, the Filipino, they don't understand mental illness, and they don't like also deal with mental health issues.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just have to not have those bad thoughts. And
Don't think about it. Just what is it? Put your face down, and everything is going to be okay. Just avoid it and like. Hustle and grind.
Was there ever a time when your mom was a safe space? When you were really little? So like pre-middle school?
I would say there probably was some times, but I don't remember them just because they weren't. I don't think that they had the impact that they should have.
Or maybe the capacity, right? Because your mom...
My parents worked a lot.
Yeah.
So my parents worked anywhere between, like, probably both at one point, both of them were working 2 jobs to make ends meet for our family.
Yeah.
And then to have 3 kids, and especially, like, ones who needed attention. So, my older sister needed attention, but she wasn't getting it, so she acted out when she got older by sleeping around, and that's fine, good for her.
You were the middle, right?
I'm the middle one.
Was your older sister kind of like a parental figure?
No.
Oh.
Because we got into a lot of physical altercation as well.
Okay.
So, and then, you have me who needed attention but didn't know why he needed the attention, and I was acting out, so I would like steal. Like I would steal money from my mom's purse so I could buy stuff at the book fair because I liked reading. So
I mean, for a good purpose, girl.
Exactly.
At least you weren't buying like, crack cocaine. And if you were, so what? I ain't judging.
I mean, I'm from Florida, so I probably could have found it.
It was in the book.
It was the pages. It actually dissolved into some crack.
So, it's like, yeah. That's.
Do you think the experience of your childhood and that kind of parental love has affected how you love as an adult?
Yes. Because I try not to let people... I don't like the way people don't know where I stand. So I like people to know that I love them. So when I send memes in the morning and stuff, and it's like, hey, you beautiful bitch.
While you're pooping?
Yeah, exactly. I like people to know that. Because it's like, I want you to know, hey, because I don't know what the way that they grew up was. So I want to make sure that they at least know, like, okay, Paul knows. Paul is telling me that he loves me in his way.
It's very clear with you, and that's one of the things I feel like
agree.
and like not like you're trying to hide or like there's a poker face, but like you're very clear with your intentions and your feelings.
Right.
I feel like as I've known you from the entire time I've known you, like the minute I met you is the same consistency of like feelings and emotions still today.
Well, and it's like, and I'm very like open about my feelings. My feelings are all over my face.
Yeah.
So like when I'm tired, like people know.
That's my favorite. When you're like, you know what? I'm done.
Well, like
It's been great. Get the fuck out.
when I do these shows where I go and I do the stuff, people know by like 8:00 I start getting this face, and it's like, oh, JP's tired, so he needs to go to the
Windows
to his
is
room.
shutting down, or sorry, Macintosh is shutting
Right,
down.
exactly. I'm like, I need to be plugged in because I am running low at 5%.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, and so it's like a lot of that just like is on my face, and when I'm not having a good time, When I'm having a good time, kind of thing. And that's, just, I can't control that. That's just me.
I'm personally impressed the fact that learning this story about what your parents were and were not able to offer you emotionally, not physically, but just in growing up, that you have turned out
How you are. Yeah, because I feel like you are such a lover.
Yeah, it doesn't use because you didn't learn that from them. So it was either that you learned it from music, from friends, or like you just.
And
It's
I
like
don't want
Paul
it to,
said.
I just don't want it to seem like my parents weren't loving. I mean,
Yeah.
Sure.
They did help, like, make me into the person I am. And there are times when, like, especially at like Christmas time, they tried to make that time as special as they could for us, with like lots of presents and things like that. And so it's not like they didn't love me, and I don't want it to like sound like
No, it doesn't sound like that at all.
it's just they had a hard time with me, and I know that because it's like,
Have you met you?
yeah, exactly. It's like
Just kidding.
having to deal with a child who has to go into a program because he. They're worried that he's gonna leave this earth. Is a hard thing to deal with,
And no one is trained
not
for that.
right? And not understanding why he's like that.
And parents don't, there's no guidebook.
Right.
Like on, oh yes, okay, if your child has this, that's chapter 4.
Right.
Subclause B. Yeah. Oh, and then here's exactly what to do. Like no one knows.
And they didn't even have YouTube back then.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that like it's a testament, I think, of just you. I think you always are what you weren't, like what you didn't have. If that makes sense. Like you want what you didn't have. Like so you
That's
now
why I asked
exhibit.
that question, because sometimes you learn those skills from your parents or your family, but other times you develop them in spite of
Well, and that's
what you grew up with.
Like when I got into high school, I've said this before. It's like once I took summer school before high school because I wanted to get some of my classes out of the way. But that's when I decided I'm going to be different than who I was. And I made a conscious effort to change my personality and try to make friends and be outgoing. And that's what happened. And so that's kind of stuck with me because I had to do that.
It's a stick-with-itness.
Yes.
And like RuPaul said, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love anybody else? So you found the greatest love of all.
My God.
It's
Oh my God.
inside of me. I was listening to that this morning, that's why. But also was the weird version, like the really long intro version. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, don't leave that cake out in the rain and let's just...
Donna. Oh, love Donna.
So what about you, Joe?
So I would say a little different growing up. Like my parents were not divorced. I had, until my dad died, I had relationships with them. I still have a relationship with my mom. But growing up, it was very stereotypical. Like parents were there, very supportive. My brother was kind of like the problem child. So they like let me do my own thing. And I was like the scholastic one. So they're like, yeah, well, like, don't have to worry about you. But I think growing up, it was up from like, Andy, like you were asking, like youth till probably like high school was like easy breezy, smooth sailing. And then high school up until like 22, 23, was like contentious. And it started with probably more my dad because we were very similar and very stubborn and very like similar personality types, and so communication would always like butt heads, right? And I was a mama's boy, like
Still are a mama's boy.
I mean,
Yeah, what do you mean was?
Yeah.
I is a mama's boy,
Yeah.
but I think like I craved like the nurturing nature from my mom, and I always remember like growing up, it was I would ask my dad for something, and then he would say, "Ask your mother." Like, go ask your mother. I would ask my mom for something, and she would say, "Go ask your father." Right? And I'm like, okay, like. I just want something, like tell me, right? But I feel like they were not not helicoptery, like where they're like too like like right, like pushy downy. They were very much like encouraging of like the things that you want to do. My entire family, like my dad's side and even my mom's side, were all tradesmen. Like they were. Electricians, plumbers, like crafts, tradespeople. And like when I was like, I'm going to go to college, they were like, oh, okay, fine. Like they weren't like, you have to get into the trades. And so then I went to college and did my thing. And then I would say that like there was a shift when I was in my like late, like mid 20s because I was kind of growing up as an adult and I was like, oh, like they're not my enemies, right? And there was a point where it's like, we're more kind of like equal because it was like, hey, I would call my mom, hey, I need advice, or I call my dad, hey, I need advice. Like, what should I do for this? Like, I would call my mom, like, what do I fill out for my W-2, like on my taxes, or like, what financial things should I supposed to do, right? And then up until my dad passed away, it was just kind of an advice line, I would say, where the conversation wasn't like, I want advice, but like, how are you doing? And like, what are things that you're like wanting to do? And then just kind of like, I feel like kind of like equals, like the dynamic was different as I got older. It wasn't like, oh, like the superior beings are the parents, right? Like there's still a respect for parents and there's still like a reverence of sorts, if you will, of like, these are my parents. But it wasn't like like what they say goes, it's not like I have to do every single thing that they say.
So in the teens through early 20s was where you had that butting heads, and that was kind of your individuation. You suddenly weren't doing exactly what they said.
Yeah, and it was like, I think also just like stressful times, and I didn't know how to cope with stress, because like you're going through fucking puberty, and like there are things happening to your body that you don't know about.
And things coming out of your body that you don't know about.
There is jizz, right? Like,
Okay.
you have those.
I was trying not to say it. Okay.
But then also to throw in, like, add in the fact of like, oh shit, like realizing I'm gay and like, how does that work? But I will say,
and you're looking for trade, but not in the trades.
hot plumbers.
You're
right?
in the trade, but
lay
there's
that
not
pipe, girl. But I will say, it's like when I had come out, like I remember I was like obviously terrified, and I was nervous about everything that happened, but like it went like totally fine. And then I think that is kind of what brought me and my parents and my brother closer. Like I think after just like breaking that weight off, like my brother and I got closer, because I just think I didn't have to like hide anything anymore. And then it was like, okay, it takes a little acclimation time because it's a new normal, but then they were like, hey, like, are you dating anybody? Like, how is your life? And then just having Nick around and just the receptiveness from my parents and all that kind of stuff was just like a nice thing to have.
Do you think that is there any kind of like did you have any resentment for having to always be the one that didn't get any attention because your brother was a problem child and you had to be the one to be good?
I think that I got attention in different ways because my brother was like he had, I think still does like ADD or ADHD. And so like, that's tough in school. And like in like early 90s, like there was not a lot of information, just like, like this, there wasn't YouTube or like how to do those sorts of things. So people were like trying to figure out, but, for me, like I had a heart condition. So I gave my parents just enough stress, like growing up, like throughout their life. Like I gave them the stress, like, and then when I was like going from job to job and like kind of all that kind of stuff, like I gave them stress. So I gave them enough stress that I just wasn't like getting, what's the, not expelled, detention.
Oh, okay.
My experience, I had a brother older by 1 year, and all through our young childhood, we were almost twins. Like our birthdays were the same month. We were 11, or 12 months apart, in a few days. And so that was good, but it was also like we were always being compared with each other. Mm-hmm. And I was the one that could be academically successful, and I was better behaved, and I didn't get in as much trouble. But he basically ran interference. He got all the attention for the negative stuff, and then I could get a lot of the attention for the positive stuff. And it was, it worked for me. It did not work for him. It made his childhood miserable.
I think it's interesting because it's like I always said like that my brother was the favorite one, but then I think as I got older, I realized that we each had different, like we fit differently into like the equal amount of love from both of my parents. Like me and my dad, like I wasn't talking to my dad every day. My brother was very close with my dad. I talked more with my mom, but like me and my dad had a different kind of relationship that him and my brother didn't have. Like I remember when I joined the chorus, I texted my dad and was like, hey, by the way, like I joined the gay men's chorus, and he called me and I was like, well, I'm at practice, so I can't talk. And he was more proud of me joining the gay men's chorus than when I got my master's degree. Because he was like a theater and like
singer guy.
a music guy.
He loved it.
You have a master's?
Yeah, girl.
In what?
Biomedical engineering.
You would never know, right?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Specifically tissue engineering.
He's practically a doctor.
Oh, God.
No, it was the worst thing I ever did. Waste of money.
Not a doctor.
But so it was like, it's interesting because even now, like I don't have kids, and I like when Tony started reproducing, I was like, oh, he's like the favorite
Breeder.
He like, but it's different because the conversations that I have with my mom are very different than the conversations that she has with Tony, where it's like, what are the kids up to? All these sorts of things. And I'm not saying like one is better than the other, but like mine is more like, hey mom, like how are you doing it? Like what is your work stuff? What's going on at your office?
It's much more like your equals and peers and like good friends.
Yeah.
And
I think that what I appreciate is that like it's been interesting navigating kind of the relationship with my mom after my dad passed, because it's like, okay, like there's one less node of connection, you know what I mean? Because for a long time it was like, oh, like we're doing this with like your dad and this, that, and the other, and like now we're in an interesting, not like a redefining, but kind of like a re-establishing relationship, if that makes sense.
But also, it's like your mom was taking care of your dad for a
long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
So now you do have to find a different way to communicate or something else that you guys
It used to be the topic
talk about
for so
because
long.
for so long it was just, okay, so how's dad doing?
Exactly.
And, that was a way to get into a conversation. And if it ever lulled on other stuff,
it was just updates.
Right.
But I think it's interesting now because it's like she's going to gear up to wrap up her career and start retirement in April of this year. And then she's like taking a road trip down like the first week after she retires, and then she's like, I'm gonna go to like Indiana and all these things. And I was like, there you go. It was like, now that's awesome. Can like do, she's exciting. She's like, it's a new chapter. And I think what is cool is like being there as like, not like, I'm still obviously her kid, but kind of like you said, right? Like I'm along the, like, it's almost like the roles are reversed where like I'm supporting what she's doing in this new chapter, whereas like when I was a kid, she was like the cheerleader for me. So it's interesting as you kind of go through these like moments of life, you know what I mean? And kind of see how things change.
Did your fathers, I was a child of the 60s and 70s, and that was kind of inherited from the 50s, strong, silent type of father. Did your father ever tell you that he loved you?
Yeah. Not often, but...
I think I might have been in my 20s.
I remember, I think as my dad got older, yes, because I think the one thing, kind of what you were saying, like what did you learn not from your parents, like to not be your parents? Like similarly, they were very like you kind of work through things, and like I, after a while, was like, I need to be like very like transparent about how I'm feeling and just like express obviously what I'm feeling. And
I always just felt like my father was absent. He wasn't. He worked really hard. He worked long hours. He was always there. You know, like every night he was there, but there was no connection to him. You know, where I had a strong connection with my mom, and that was sometimes positive and sometimes very butting heads. You know, but when my father passed away, I was just in my senior year of college.
Okay.
And I was amazed at all the people telling me how proud he was of me, and you know, all these things. Like people that I never knew more about me than I ever expected that they would. But that was not something I ever got. You know, and it's a weird dynamic of that time. I think
it is something that did carry over, because I feel like that was like, you like don't admit that you're like going through anything. Like just like you had said, Paul, like just head down and just like kind of like shut up and don't express anything. Which I think now what I've learned is to be opposite of that, to be like, I am over communicative of my feelings, and Nick can attest to that, where I'm like, I am feeling things right now. I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm telling you so that you're aware.
What about you, Nick? You haven't said anything.
I'm just taking it all in. 'Cause I have a mix of a lot of what you said. Like, I think that my parents love me. Do they say it ever? No, because it was never like a thing. And you met them; they're lovely people, right? But it was just like never there.
Your parents told me they loved me.
They love, clearly.
Your parents told me they love me.
First time I met them, they were like, "Oh my god!"
they're more show than tell.
They're more like, "Hey, we're going to show up. We're going to be there." That's the way that we'll show our love. It's never been like, I've rarely talked to them on the phone. We don't like. It's just that's how it's always been.
But so, you text. There's like a text
we have a family
thread,
chat, right? But it's just like a different way. But like to your point, Paul, like my dad, I think he loves me. But he's like, I know he doesn't hate me. Like that's, but it's just like he's never really. The thing I most remember about my dad, where we really connected, is like in high school when I played sports. He was always at my games. He was there, and he loved it, and like that was his way of like supporting me and communicating with me. I went through a thing with my parents where like when I came out, they didn't know what to do, and it took a decade or so for them to kind of change, because they knew that I wasn't. I got to a point where I'm like, hey, I'm cool with how I am now. And then after a couple of years, my parents were like, we don't ever hear from you, don't see you. And I'm like, it's because it's weird now. And then so you
have that whole religious component to that that makes it even more complicated.
And to their credit, they're like, well, that's stupid, so how do we fix this? So I think they've come a long way. So even if they don't say like the words "we love you" out loud, and my dad and I my dad's told me that he's like in the previous life, like you were older than me. So like he always feels like I'm older and more wiser than him with even things that we do here. Like my dad is intimidated by me, which is weird for him to like say that out loud too. He's like, yeah, you've always like intimidated me. I'm like, I'm your kid though. Like that shouldn't be the way that is. But, and then, and I used to be like, my mom would pull me out of school because she's like, you'll be fine, you'll make it up. And we'd go shopping.
Oh, Jesus.
It changed when I came out, right? And then, but we'd kind of come back. But again, like, I think
shopping just got heavier.
Yeah, right. Well, because we live in Wyoming, so we have to like drive to Colorado to go shopping. But
for the luxury.
To your point too, with like I watch my parents talk to all of my siblings have kids. I don't have kids, so when I talk to my parents,
we have a dog. We have a child.
But like my conversations with my parents are, if they call me and we talk, it's always about like things that's going on with us or them. It's not like conversations about the kids. And that's what it seems to be like. Their relationships with my siblings is always about their kids. And so it's weird. Like, like I love my parents, and I think that it's also like that switch where I now feel like I'm taking care of my parents. And then I will be the one that takes care of them because sometimes they just can't for whatever reason.
And
I don't know.
I don't ever remember, like, it sounds really bad, but like I don't ever remember my dad. I'm sure he probably did say it at some point.
Sure.
Maybe, I don't know. Never saying I love you to me. But I also do think that at the end, I'm left with this feeling like he did hate me.
Yeah, he didn't hate me. Oh, you said he did?
Yeah, like he did hate me.
Oh.
Because like we got into an argument because I came out and
That's
about that,
tough.
and he said some, hurtful words, and I, and then I hit him, and
Sure.
that was.
I need to see you in a fight, girl. So when you say throw hands, you are not kidding.
I don't.
Mama got some boxing hands.
I tell Andy all the time, like, you don't have to save me, but if I gotta get into something, I'm gonna get into something.
Oh my God.
He has never hit me.
with you.
I don't know, but like, if I gotta get into an argument, I will get into an argument, and then if it turns physical, then we can do that.
I kind of want to see
There's
it.
kind of a street Paul.
Yeah.
I definitely.
I want to see it, but like not in like a real environment. But like a practice environment.
I don't think when you get to that level of upset, that I don't think he can bring himself down. Like it almost has to become explosive.
Yeah.
I think
Better out than in, girl.
You're in survival mode at that point.
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
it's
very much so.
Survival instinct. I not to the your extreme because I've never like hit my parents, but I do feel like sometimes I've had really tough conversations, which feels like that you're yelling or screaming to survive.
Yeah.
And that maybe then you don't talk to them for a while. I think there was a point where I was like, my parents are just, they birthed me and great, that was it. And I don't rely on my parents for anything. None of it. I don't look at that. I don't look at them as...
There's a power dynamic in relationships, right? And as a child, the power dynamic is the parent controls. And part of that butting heads in adolescence is shifting that a little bit or balancing it, right?
Yeah.
But as an adult, and your siblings probably have this even more because if you have kids, your paradynamic over your parents changes because you can withhold the grandchildren and, and reward them or punish them for bad behavior, so to speak, or not aligning with what you want to do, right? So that paradynamic is really strong. But in adulthood, it's also like visiting them, spending time with them. And now like having kids that are that age, I can see that power dynamic in play too. Like if they don't want to relate to us or, back out of things last minute, it hurts a little bit.
100%.
But with that being said, we, with the kids, it's very much... it's like we try to say I love you a lot to them. Yeah. So that they know that, especially in this like environment where they're older and it means I feel like it might mean more to them.
It does, yeah.
And I just need to be their friend at this point.
Right.
I don't need to guide their life anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's because they've grown up.
And
right?
I can help them, and I can give advice. And when they ask for help, it is never refused. But I also don't feel like I have to impose my will on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like in like the gay culture that like I feel this at least, that when I didn't have my parents, and I'm not trying to diss on them, like, but like when they couldn't fulfill some of those needs as family or support, I feel like that's where like our friends become our family, and like
your chosen family.
Like those are those moments of like, Andy, I think about like I need help with my car, and like I know it sounds silly and stupid, but the fact that you're like I know how to change a battery, like come on over, and just like have those we fill some of those things that our parents maybe didn't allow or we needed or wanted. We find other relationships that kind of fill those spaces.
No, I think that's very true.
With friends, I agree.
About that.
Wow, that was heavy.
Wow, that was heavy.
I feel like, but I think I actually appreciate how kind of open you were about all of this stuff. I didn't know a lot of that stuff about you.
It is one of the things, like, I will talk about it, but I'm not happy to talk about it because especially, and I'm still dealing with it with the suicidal tendencies and stuff. I don't talk about that as much, but because there is still a lot of shame that comes with that.
Absolutely.
And, having been shamed for those feelings is not good for me. So, like, I got into therapy, totally got into therapy and stuff like that. So I recognize signs when it starts happening and things like that. But to have, and I know it's hard for my parents because they didn't understand where it came from or how to deal with it.
Or they blame themselves on
Or they
some
blame
level.
themselves,
Yes.
but they don't, but it comes out in the wrong way.
Right.
Hey, they blame themselves for us all being gay.
Right.
They do. 100%. It's always them, not us.
It is hard to talk about it, especially on this podcast, because it's like we try to keep positive, but then I also think, okay, sometimes we kind of need to talk about it because it is part of the experience.
It's also life is peaks and valleys, you know what I mean? And there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows, and I feel like vulnerability and being open just allows then more people that you love to be brought in and to be close to you.
Well, and other people have the same experiences that we all had, and if they can relate to that, and maybe it makes them have hope or treat their children differently, or there's all
even if just one
layers,
person comes away and was like, I think it differently.
layers,
like Shrek.
Like an onion.
I love Shrek. We're like onions.
I love Bad
Donkey.
Bunny dressing up as Shrek.
I know.
When was he Shrek?
He was on Saturday Live.
Was he hot, Shrek?
I mean, he was pretty hot. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Did he
it's
have a
hard for
clothes?
Bad Bunny to do anything this
Wait,
season.
was he shirtless?
No.
No.
Oh, should he be? Yes. Shirtless Shrek Bad Bunny, baby.
On that note, everyone have a great week. Talk to your parents. Call them and tell them you love them. If you have that kind of relationship.
Happy B-Day.
Happy VD.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to These Unprecedented Gays. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join us next time as we continue exploring the ever-changing landscape of queer life. Until then, stay proud, stay fierce, and stay unprecedented.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.